Fundamentals of debt, rules for financing. So it's been established, having your first mortgage approved is no mean feat, especially if you're single and just starting out. But there are a few key rules for financing to remember when you're battling to get your first mortgage approved and start on the road to property ownership. Go in prepared. Sort out your bad consumer debts before you approach the bank. For some this may seem like it will take forever, but you got yourself into this personal debt mess. Get yourself out of it before you tackle good debt and you will be a much more successful investor. Never lie to lenders. They will find out, and the consequences can be dire. If you earn $65,000 per year, don't tell them you earn $70,000 and fudge your documentation so it looks legitimate. The only person you are hurting here is yourself, because the bank may loan you money that you cannot afford to repay, and this could end with you losing your property. Never ever lie to lenders. Don't always stick with the one bank. Your risk profile with a lender reaches its maximum after borrowing for about 3 to 4 properties. To be safe, change banks after every 2. Banks that you hold multiple mortgages will also restrict the amount of money you can borrow, with some lenders having in place strict timelines that disable you from borrowing for a certain time after your last loan was granted. Spread the love and borrow from several different lenders. Protect your assets. This is connected to the don't borrow with one bank piece of advice. Banks that cross-guarantee mortgages on top of one another multiple times are essentially tying up all of your assets into one big bundle, which means all of your assets are at risk if something goes wrong with that bank, or just one of those loans. Keep the domino effect at bay and don't stick with just one lender as part of your risk management strategy. Only use interest-only loans for investment properties. It's far too risky and complacent to have an interest-only loan on your principal place of residence. While you don't have to pay off your whole mortgage at once, you should be attempting to reduce the principal mortgage on the home in which you and your family lives, to create a buffer for yourself in times of crisis or financial trouble. Only borrow to buy income-producing assets. Buy smart, from the start. There are many different tips and tricks associated with ensuring you get your financing right. For most, real estate investment is not possible without financing, so do your homework and consult a financial advisor before you sign on the dotted line. My knowledge tips. 1. Only use interest-only loans for investment properties. 2. Only borrow to buy income-producing assets. Buy smart, from the start. 3. Don't always stick with the one bank. 4. Protect your assets.